Good evening from Hobbs Ice Center in Eau Claire. Zaleski Sports presents Big Rivers Conference Boys Hockey. We got a great one for you tonight. New Richmond Tigers, last year's state champion in Division II, skating against the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes. A matchup of ranked teams. New Richmond comes in number 3 in the latest Wisconsin Prep Hockey Division II poll. The Old Abes of Eau Claire Memorial are the 5th ranked team in Division I. Hi again, everybody. I'm Bob Bradovich, joined here in the Mike Sullivan press box by former Eau Claire Memorial and current Team Wisconsin head coach Mike Schwengler. Mike, this is the second round through the Big Rivers Conference schedule. When you coach, was there anything different when you play a conference rival for a second time?
Well, I think part of it is the team you're playing and where they're at and where you're at as a team. There were years where you go through in a game, we'll talk a little bit about Tuesday night, you realize what you're doing isn't working, so you have to make some major changes and overhaul. Some years it's just a matter of, okay, this is what they tried to do against us the last time we played them. Whether you got out to watch a game or not, remember, here's what we can't do, here's what they're looking to do, and so on and so forth.
Eau Claire Memorial had won 8 in a row prior to a loss Tuesday up at Chippewa Falls, another ranked team. 4-2 is the final in that one. What can the Abes gain from that experience?
Well, I think part of it is, Chippewa is a very good team. They're obviously a little bit higher ranked, and they have a lot of very skilled offensive players on that squad. So they kept the game fairly close, but I think every game you play against better competition makes you a better team as long as you take from it and move on. We had done a couple broadcasts where they were playing an inferior opponent and a little bit loosey-goosey with the puck against good teams. It's going to cost you, and it did the other night.
New Richmond comes in with an overall record of 7-5-1. Like the Old Abes, they are 4-3 in the conference. New Richmond's got some scoring ability. They come in averaging 4.85 goals per game, but they're also giving up 4. Last year they had an all-state caliber goaltender in Blake Milton. This time around they don't have that, so other guys are going to have to help defend.
Well, and you reach the top of the mountain. The problem is now every team you're playing is also going to give you their best game that next year. So Coach Larson's team is dealing with that. Yeah, you lose a stud goaltender, but the game moves on. There's things that you could do in between there. And I reached out, and Coach Larson and I chatted briefly a few weeks back, and they're having a tough time keeping the puck out of the net, but that's a whole team thing. It's not just a one-person thing, and you can always block more shots. You can always steer and keep things away from your goaltender.
Old Abes have been rotating their 2 goalies all season long. Evan Manson was between the pipes Tuesday, which means tonight it's Brecken Hagen's chance. Every coach has a different philosophy when it comes to goaltenders. With Mike Collins, at some point, does he decide, okay, you're my guy, or does the rotation continue?
Well, I think it depends on what kind of team you have and where you're at and who's played the best against certain like teams. New Richmond, if they're a free-willing team that's going to put a lot of shots on goal, you want to make sure the guy that you're starting in net is a guy that's going to have that higher save percentage.
Today's pregame show is brought to you by Asher Exteriors. Call Asher's for your free no-obligation estimate at 888-GO-ASHER or visit goasher.com. That is goasher.com. Get off the ladder and get gutter helmet with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Trust the experts on your most valuable asset, your home. Give them a call today at 888-GO-ASHER. Mike, for the Old Abes, what's going to be key tonight?
Well, coming out of your, not so much a funk, but come out and reestablish what you want to do and get after it. I think what they do best is they move pucks and they get the puck in deep and they go pressure and try and make plays down low, let their guys slide up and down the wall, look to get shots with traffic in front. If you're New Richmond, you're on the road. Again, a like opponent, second game through, they're going to make their adjustments that they've gone through in their practice time. Puck drops, they're obviously going to try and do what they've practiced, which is, I believe, the same kind of thing. They're going to try and get the puck in, they're going to try and get some pressure, get some shots quick on goal.
Eau Claire Memorial in the white jerseys, the purple and black trim, the black breezers and the black helmets. New Richmond in their road black jerseys with orange trim, white numerals, white and orange trim, the black breezers and the black helmets. New Richmond will defend the goal to our left. Eau Claire Memorial, the goal to our right. And let's go to our PA announcer for tonight's starting lineups. Mike, we talked about some keys for Eau Claire Memorial. What about for New Richmond?
Well, New Richmond, they're going to be a team that wants to reestablish what they do best. They've struggled a little bit the last couple weeks with giving up more than what they would like. New Richmond's a 2 or 3 goal a game give up type of team, and they've given up a few more than that. So their focus is going to be lock it down defensively, but they also have some very good hockey players. Catcher Langeness, Bjorn Bathaman, they're 2 guys that are going to carry this team offensively, and they like to get up and down the ice and get pucks to the net and create.
Breckenhagen, the old Abe's goaltender, .83 goals against average, .944 saves percentage. Ryan McGillis, the junior, in the nets for New Richmond, 3.87 goals against and a .83 save percentage. Bjorn Bonneman to take the face-off for New Richmond. Nolan Autumn for the Old Abes. Puck is down. We are underway. Nick Madsen steers it over to Dylan Byrne. Byrne hassled back there by Matthew Unger. Puts it behind the net. Bonneman throws it around the boards. Now the Aids skate out. Here is Nolan Autumn. Autumn gains the zone. Around a defender. Autumn behind the net. Bonneman sweeps it up, but not out. Deflected. And the puck comes in on net, and the goaltender McGillis covers up.
Turnover, lads, and looked to make a pass up the wall, thinking his winger was going to get to it, but it got by him, and a nice quick shot by Byrne on goal. Good save by McGillis on the back end for New Richmond.
Face off to the right of McGillis. Second line out there now for the Abes. They win the draw. Shot for the point by Nick Madsen. Got all the way through. McGillis made the save. Bouncing puck back in the Old Abes end. Trevor Kircher back for Memorial. Goes into the boards with catcher Langness. Shot right out front, and they score!
An oopsie-doopsie on that one. They win the face-off, offensive zone face-off. Madsen gets a great shot on goal. Pankratz with a skate across screen. McGillis fought through and found it. Quick one-touch pass up up the wall. Richmond came in. Nice quick shot on goal. Puck went to the corner. Kind of late on the retrieve. Nobody picked up the guy in the slot. Quick pass shot. Followed his own rebound. Scored the goal.
For Bjorn Bonneman, that is his 16th goal of the season. Abe's coming right back. There's a shot by Ottoman, then a big scramble in the crease. The net is off its moorings. And New Richmond able to keep that one out of the net.
Well, a good response on that. Nice rush by the Abes. Throw the puck on goal. 3 guys crashing. The puck ended up rolling over the top of McGillis, but he must have rolled back onto it because obviously the refs were right there and they blew the whistle with the puck not crossing.
Well, as far as the start for New Richmond, that's exactly what you would like. Early shift, you get a goal, and now you get to play from ahead.
25 seconds in, yeah, you score a goal. A perfect start.
Held in by Dylan Byrne. Cross ice, Oneman. Catcher Langness picking up the assist. That is his 19th assist on the season. So that high-scoring first line, Bonneman centering Langness and Unger striking for New Richmond.
Well, in the bad part, Langeness goes to the corner to get the puck. You could hear Bjorn call for it from the slot, and he heard him. Evidently, no Abes came back to pick him up because he was wide open.
Breakout pass, a little too far for Gage Fox. But he scoops up the puck down low, throws it behind the net. Stephen Chapman going after it, trying to center it to Canton Langness. And the Abes steer it out towards neutral ice. Picked up by Lance Howard. Up the far boards, Canton Langness. Abes intercept. Byrne gets it back. Poke checked off his stick. New Richmond looking to get out of the zone. Hemmed in there. Matt Wonky on the forecheck there for the Old Abes. Around to the near side. Colin Olson will throw it behind. And Canton Langness will steer it over towards Jamison Unger. Picked up by Langness. Dumps it deep. Trevor Kircher for the Abes. It's turned over. Opportunity to Richmond. as Matthew Unger was coming right down the slot, but finally a late poke check. Mac Diggins trying to tip it on net. Scramble out front, and the goaltender McGillis is able to cover up.
Well, Bob, three times in 2+ minutes, New Richmond has had control of the puck crossing the blue line. If you remember back the state tournament game, the championship game we did last year, they did a lot of reverse cycling. They used the net, turning towards the net to make plays. They've had 3 great scoring chances. Abe's got to lock it down defensively. Hagen made the poke check on that, by the way.
Unger skates in, drops it to the point, blast from up high. Hagen with the save. Good blast from the point, Regan Savory. Now Autumn gains the zone. Autumn up top, Madsen didn't get a lot on it, and the Abes score! Deflected puck out front, poked in by Mac Diggins, and the old Abes have evened up the score. It's 1-1.
Oopsie doopsie part 2. Madsen threw the puck at the net. It looked like it caught a piece of the forward. Puck went to the backside. I think it was Autumn was coming to the puck, low slot. The defenseman did his job, lifted his stick. The problem was it went right to Mac Diggins, who was wide open on the backside. Goalie didn't have a chance.
So it's 1-1. Plenty of action early on here at Hobbs.
A good pushback by the Abes, but now they have to lock things down defensively.
Yeah, I think you talked about this in the pregame, and you put it under the category of loosey-goosey.
Well, here it is again. You got to know where you're going with the puck. You got to find the right guy. You can't score goals if you don't get the puck out of your zone. And the Richmond, they do a great job. They like the cycle, but they do it different than everybody else. They like to play towards the net and use the net with guys trailing in. And if the Abes keep skating up the ice, they're going to keep leaving guys wide open.
Mac Diggins getting the goal. That's his 12th goal of the season. Here's Diggins. Drop pass. Autumn the shot. That goes wide. Madsen and Autumn picking up assists in the Mac Diggins goal. New Richmond skating out, but they lose the puck. Byrne plays it forward and off the stick of his teammate, and it's icing on the old Abes. Now is your chance to join the team at Blue Northern, hiring for drivers in Eau Claire and Sparta. Apply online today at BlueNorthernDistributing.com. Olympic Flame Restaurant in Eau Claire since 1980. Uncle Lampros brought homemade family recipes from Greece, and the tradition continues today at Olympic Flame Restaurant, Eau Claire's best-kept secret. Olympic Flame Greek Restaurant on London Road. Mike, I think I asked you before, what Old Abe's alum is a big fan of Olympic Flame Restaurant?
An Old Abe alum.
Yes. And we were talking about him prior to the game. We'll give you a hint. He plays in the NHL. So that narrows it down.
Emberson?
Yes.
Ty Emberson?
Huge fan. Yeah. Back in the day, yeah, he was a big fan of it.
Euros are always a good thing.
Oh, yeah. They got good stuff down there. Puck poke free by the Tigers. They carry in Zaylen Sweet, and he's taken down. Ottoman pokes the puck free. Ottoman, potential 2-on-1. Ottoman, the pass to Pankratz, a little too far. Ottoman throws it up top. Abe's control now out to the point. Kircher scooped up and sent out of the zone by the Tigers. Kircher plays it forward. Noah Kircher. So you had Trevor Kircher passing it up to his brother Noah Kircher. There's Wonky behind the net. Working hard as always. Taken into the boards there. Puck poke free by the Abes. They get it out to Madsen. Madsen. There's a shot and they score!
There's our guy, Johnny on the spot. Wonky with a nice tip in front. Got free. Did all the work in the corner. Got it up to Kirchner, who went to Madsen. Back to Kirchner. Did his job. Threw it on goal. I believe Wonky got the tip in front. 2-1 Abe's, 11:42 left in the first.
We were talking with assistant coach Jeff Schemberger before the game, and we started talking about Matt Wonky, and he agreed with our assessment, just in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, smart.
Just consistently.
Hockey IQ, and he has a motor that never stops. I mean, he created that whole play by his work ethic down low.
Wonky now with 8 goals this season. Remember, he did not play varsity last year. He was a JV guy. Having an impact this year. Puck comes out to Madsen. Madsen now behind the net. Pokes it free. New Richmond can't clear. Madsen again. From a sharp angle, rips one wide. Kircher back at center ice.
Bob, 10:45, kind of back and forth here the last 20 seconds as you're catching up on the scoring tally. Touched by Langinus, puck's down low in the Abe's old zone. Byrne picks it up, goes up the wall to Ottoman, who one touches it to the slot. Turnover, Autumn pokes it out.
That's why you're a good teammate, Mike.
Try not to fumble my words.
Well, no, you're doing fine. You know, it's extra pressure because Mike Sullivan himself is sitting directly to our right here in the Mike Sullivan press box.
And he's glaring at me wondering, what am I doing?
Yeah. Now, what are you guys talking about now? Centering pass intercepted by the Tigers. Thrown out the far side. Dylan Byrne going back there for the Abes. Pressured by Zaylen Sweet. Byrne turns up, puts on the brakes. Cross ice pass, a little too far for Pankrats. Pankrats back to Byrne. Byrne 1-on-4. Got around one defender. Got knocked off his pins a bit by the second defender. Abe's trying to win a puck battle along the boards. Byrne still working down there. Centering pass out front. They had Savaloya parked in the slot. Pankrats backhands it over to Madsen. Madsen now gains the zone. Madsen to his forehand, shoot, save, rebound! And the goaltender McGillis covers up.
They got caught on a switch there. Madsen poked the puck away and skated it in, and four other guys made the change. He was all alone. It's too bad because when it got to the net, he pushed the puck, and all the Richmond guys turned to the puck, and there wasn't an Abe to be found because they just come off the bench.
Off the face-off, Abe's trying to win another puck battle, and they're still battling for it along the half wall. Of course, Wonky's in there. Flipped in from up high, misses near side, and clearing attempt winds up here in the press box. For more than 30 years, Coldwell Banker Bernizer Realtors has been the #1 home seller in northwestern Wisconsin. With more than 70 realtors averaging over 15 years of experience per agent, why turn anyplace else? For realty in the Chippewa Valley, call Coldwell Banker Bernizer Realtors. 9:05 to go, first period.
You know, Bob, just looking down the bench, Evan Madsen is not dressed tonight, whether he injured or illness. The backup looks to be Sullivan Jones, a sophomore that played in the JV game.
Yeah, I noticed that when the Abes are being introduced. So, yeah, that's something we'll try to find out more about. Shot right up front, and they score. Catcher Langness evens it up at 2 apiece.
You know, he and Bonneman, you can tell they played together for this is their third year together. They know where each other is on the ice. They do that quick curl. They like to cycle towards the net, looking over their shoulders. You can hear them calling for the puck up high. The Abe's got to figure out, they got to pick up people. It's not, the puck never scores the goal. It's the guy that has the puck or is getting the puck that's going to score, obviously. But you got to pick people up. That's at least the 6th time there's been a guy come through the slot with a catch and shoot opportunity.
So New Richmond ties it at 2 apiece. Remember when these two teams played earlier in the season at New Richmond? Memorial won that one 6-2. Jumped out early and held that lead for the win.
Penalty coming up on New Richmond. Hooking, tripping.
So the first power play will be for the Abes. Their power play, which was stuck on 0 through about, first 7-8 games, now up to 14.7%. They got a pair of power play goals up at Chippewa Falls on Tuesday. Meanwhile, New Richmond killing off 78.9% of their penalties.
The Abes do a nice job. They move it around. It looks like they're getting more pucks to the net with opportunities for tips and rebounds and screens.
Byrne from way up high. That's off the glass. And New Richmond able to clear it out to center ice.
Well, the Abes have to be cognizant of. They like to play the puck up high and like to roll up high. New Richmond with catcher Langness and Bonneman, they're going to come out next year on the kill. They're going to come out, they're going to look to hunt pucks and look to poke, so they have to protect a little bit.
Madsen near side Pankratz. Up top, now they go far side, Diggins, Byrne. Cross ice, Autumn gets it back. Tries to steer it over to Byrne. We'll have to regroup at center ice.
See right there, they made the right play. They made the switch through a cross ice to Autumn. He was looking to catch and pass. If he'd have looked, he had half the net. The goalie hadn't rotated. Here comes a breakaway.
Autumn getting stripped by catcher Langness. Langness coming in. He's taken down, and it'll be a penalty on the old Abe. So we'll play 4-on-4 hockey now for a while.
I thought for a split second he was going to go penalty shot on that. He looked a little hesitant.
And to compound things for the old Abes, Dylan Byrne, one of their top players, will now have to sit in the penalty box.
And one of their top 2 penalty killers. Yeah, we just 20 seconds earlier we talked about you got to be able to protect the puck. You can't play sloppy with the puck against guys that are going to come hunt.
Deflected wide off that shot by Savarine. Ottoman able to throw it out towards center ice. Tigers regrouping, and then they turn it over. Ottoman picks it up. Ottoman the shot. Held in by the A's with Luke Schemberger. He throws it down low. Picked up now. Tanner Guess, freshman. Now out towards center ice. Here's Bonneman. Bonneman going wide, taking off his stick, and played out to center. Here comes Schemberger. Schemberger has Ottoman. They stay on side. Pass broken up by the Tigers. Near side, here comes catcher Langness. He's going to have to get on side. Bjorn Bonneman will carry in. Save by Hagen. Tigers are now full strength. They're on the power play for the next minute. Golfed into the zone by the Tigers. They wave off the icing.
Not only was Bjorn Bonneman a little confused, I believe all 3 referees were as well.
Yeah.
They had the power play, and he dumped the puck down, no whistle.
Madsen carrying in. He controls now. Taps it back to Nolan Autumn. Autumn will just fire it down. 35 seconds to go in this New Richmond man advantage.
The bad part for New Richmond is their top 2 guys are out there killing for the last. They're playing 4-on-4 for a minute and a half. They had to come off their second units out here on the power play.
New Richmond will go cross ice. Shot right on. Save by Hagen. Good look that time by Savarine.
Well, Savarine had his partner wide open in front because the other 3 old Abes were up at the blue line. They got to start looking over their shoulders. They're leaving too many guys wide open around the net.
Dylan Byrne back on the ice. We're back to even strength hockey. New Richmond controlling. Chapman will throw it deep. Abes fire it behind the net. Madsen out to Ottoman. Abes will dump in. Going back for it. Nico Keller for New Richmond. Puck picked up by Langness. Catcher Langness. The shot. Hagen the save. He'll cover up. He had a New Richmond Tiger bearing in on him. The Rural Virtual Academy is an online tuition-free public school serving students pre-K through high school right here in Wisconsin. For more information, visit ruralvirtual.org. Marquardt Motors, your local Buick and GMC dealer, has the area's largest pre-owned and new vehicle inventory with new arrivals daily. View the inventory at marquardtmotors.com or stop in to talk to a friendly salaried sales consultant. 2-2 game, just over 4.5 minutes to go, first period. It's been entertaining.
And top 2 lines for each team are out on the ice right now, Bob.
Turnover for the Abes right up front, and they score. Catcher Langenus. His second consecutive goal, and that puts New Richmond on top 3-2.
Off another turnover. You're not going to outwork their top line. They're skilled. They're going to move. They're going to hunt pucks. They're going to get to the right spots. You got to eliminate. You have to finish a check on a guy. You got to make simple reads, simple passes, find the open guy, use your words. They've scored on half of their great scoring chances right now. You think if they'd have got all, Hagen made some real nice saves on 2 of them earlier. It's the same thing, same recipe.
And Mike, you know, I guess if you were going to question how are the Abes going to respond after that loss the other night, there's a shot right on by Pankratz. That may have clipped the goaltender McGillis in the mask. But you wonder how Memorial would respond. You know, and I guess there's one or two ways. You could either say, hey, we played a great team and that's going to help us going forward, or you just kind of have some defensive lapses, and it's cost Memorial. And I totally agree with you. Yeah. New Richmond has had probably about 5 or 6 really good scoring chances. They put 3 in the back of the net, and they're buzzing around right here.
Off another turnover. It's just, whether it's communication piece, whether they're not looking at it. It's not like the Tigers are doing anything to disrupt. They're attacking turnover passes. And here you go. You got it again. You know, you got a team that came in probably a little uneasy about the situation, and bang, you give them an opportunity. Now they're up 3-2.
Yeah, and now their confidence is through the roof.
Absolutely. You got to work harder to shut them down.
Remember last year, Eau Claire Memorial won the game at New Richmond, and then the Tigers won here at Hobbs, although that game was played in the Ackervik rink. It was a Saturday game, and UWEC women were playing an afternoon game, so boys hockey was switched over to the Ackervik rink. But be that as it may, the point being is that I think, you know, these guys have played against, you know, Eau Claire and youth hockey and come here to Hobbs, so it's not like this is a totally unfamiliar situation. Puck comes right in on McGillis, and he gets a spray courtesy of the old Abe's Will Savaloya.
Yeah, Will got lucky on that one. That should be a penalty. You're not allowed to stop and spray the goaltender. He got him pretty good. Guys are wiping him down. He got him in the face.
He really did. I mean, it's going to look like us in a day when we got the snowblower out and the wind is blowing.
Let it come, Bob.
Well, it's January.
Yeah.
This is what happens.
So the Diggins line is back out here against the Tigers offensive zone faceoff, 1-versus-1.
Abe's able to hold the zone. Diggins with the puck along the half wall, cross ice, off the stick of Autumn. Quickly back the other way, catcher Langenus. Trying to steer it out front. The New Richmond player looking for a trip.
Yeah, Madsen got away with one there. He had a good grip on Unger, and the refs didn't see it or chose not to call it.
Okay, here comes Langenus again. Langenus steers it out front, and it's deflected by Bjorn Bonneman, and the goaltender Hagen just got a piece of it.
Great play by New Richmond. Quick pass again off a cross-ice shot, turnover. The Abes love that cross-ice pass, but it's one thing to make that pass. It's another thing to catch and get that shot on goal. And if you don't make the shot, then you're turning it over. And what they did was gave up a 3-on-2 out of that one play.
Abes just hold the zone. Madsen steering it down low. Behind the net now is Pankratz. Deflected out towards neutral ice. Byrne will play it over to Madsen. Get it to Schemberger. Now Pankratz pushes it into the Tigers zone. We're under 1 minute to go, first period. New Richmond will dump in. Going back is Diggins. Diggins will carry out. Steers it ahead. Here's Byrne. Byrne around a defender. Byrne still with it. Drop pass. Autumn from a sharp angle. Here's Madsen. Down low they go, Autumn, back to Madsen. He scored! Nick Madsen with 25.2 seconds on the clock ties the game 3 apiece.
Well, the dynamic duel strikes again. Diggins pulls up. His two guys he's skating with ended up 2 zones ahead, so they weren't open. Byrne comes up the wall. He chips it up to Byrne. He drives wide, gets a shot, gets offensive zone in time. Squirts back to Madsen, doesn't hesitate, pulls the trigger, picks the corner, 3-3.
Offensive explosion here at Hobbs tonight. He's flipped that one in and then whistled down on the offside.
Per se, Bob, scoring isn't the issue for Memorial, not at all. They're going to get their 3, 4, 5 goals or at least 6, 7 chances to score a game. The flip side is the defending part, and when you're playing good teams, you got to be able to lock them down and lock them out. I don't think you want to play a shootout game every time you step on the ice.
Turnover off of Karam and a shot from the slot by catcher Langenus. Colturner got a piece of it. There's another opportunity in the final seconds. The horn goes, and that'll do it for a wild first period here from Hobbs. New Richmond 3, Eau Claire Memorial 3. Mike, we got to catch our breath a little bit.
Yeah, this was a barn-burning first period, 17 minutes of go-go. And neither team, it wasn't anything that, there's no pinning in the zone for a shift or two or rotating in and out. It's quick pass, shot, turnover. The Abes are getting their pucks and getting shots to the net with traffic. They scored their goals. New Richmond scored their goals off of turnovers. That last one went hit the glass funny and popped out, but still, if you look where all the helmets are staring where the puck is and not picking up the guys behind them who are going to be the ones that score the goals.
Keep your home and valuables safe with SOS Security in Eau Claire. Protect against intruders, fires, water, and more. For every room, every door, and every window, place your trust in SOS Security. Mike, quickly, if you're the coach for either team, what's the message going to be here in this intermission?
Well, if I'm New Richmond's coach, guys are going to shoot the puck from everywhere. They've scored 2 goals from outside the dots, essentially outside the hash marks, top of the circle. Low-risk opportunities, but they have traffic in front. So if we're not going to clear the traffic, we got to get in front, sticks on pucks, can't hesitate in our own zone. If you're Eau Claire Memorial, again, you can't say it any more clear. The puck doesn't score the goal. It's the guys that are going to get the puck that are going to score. You have to work as hard as you want to work in the offensive zone. You have to work twice as hard in the defensive zone. Everybody's got to pick up a guy. It's 5-on-5 for a reason. There's no excuse for letting a New Richmond guy be wide open, him and the goalie, 7 times in one period, and that needs to get fixed in a hurry.
All right, 1 period in the books. It's tied 3-3. We'll take an extended break and be back in a bit with the second period. You're watching high school hockey on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Lasting Exteriors.
I think there are a lot of benefits to schooling our children from home. We get to spend a lot of time with them, and there are eureka moments like seeing them walk for the first time, or they figure something out and they're so excited about it.
The RVA really does work with each family to individualize each child's education to help them really succeed.
This is like the best thing in Wisconsin in terms of school.
For us, the RVA was our first and best choice of schools to choose.
We love the RVA!
Marathon Red Raiders All Access is sponsored by Security Health Plan. Security Health Plan. Promises kept. Plain and simple. Visit securityhealth.org today.
Keep working. Come on, 20 seconds. Rebounder, keep working. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Let's just have the prime player start with it and go chase. Throw it to that side. Just go. Yep. Just go chase it. Go. Good, good. That's good. One-on-one. Nice. You must see the rim and then make a decision. Okay? Quicker decision. Let's go. Go. See it. Move it. See it. Move it. See it. Attack it. Shoot it. There you go. Good take, Danny. Outlet. I think there's times where, go ahead, cut, Maven. You know, if I go here, I don't need to get all the way down here. I can just get to here, and then look, I've got 1 or 2 options on that side that I can kick that ball, and that's great. That really makes the defense work then, right? That creates a long closeout. All right, Addie, go. Cut, Maven, go.
My name is Maddie, and I beat cancer. Friday, we're doing a game against Prentice, and we're raising money for Children's Miracle Network. And they've helped me a lot. I'm a miracle child this year, and I'm doing a lot of things to help them raise money. Being in sports, I played all throughout my treatment. I played all 4 years of high school. I played in middle school. So I just wanted to keep with it, and I knew like if I kept doing that, like it would just help me boost my confidence. I'm thankful for the whole community. They really came together and helped raise money for me at the beginning of all my treatment, and my parents are always a big support. My brothers, my whole family, and just everyone around in the community was a support. I just kept a positive mindset, and I didn't let anything let me down because I knew I was going to beat it, and I didn't want to let it beat me. It was a pretty good feeling. I mean, finding out that I was cancer-free, I knew that like that was my biggest achievement I was ever going to make in my life. My message to anyone who's going through this is just to stay positive and always look at the good. Even though there's going to be bad days, just think about all the positives. Have as much fun as you can. Keep your mind distracted.
Offensively, we know that it's always whatever, and I really feel like kids are, you know, the more comfortable you become passing and catching the ball, squaring. Emma and Miley, I thought you did a really nice job of seeing the rim and then making decisions, whether that be to attack or pass. Guards, I thought we moved it pretty well, and second half, I thought we were better offensively, and it showed. Give yourself a clap, 1, 2, 3. Nice job. All right. We know we're a young team. But enjoy this, okay? This is a really great win for you. Prentice is a pretty good team. They've played a lot of the Edgar's tough. They played Stratford tough. You saw, You know, girls, we've got second half of the conference season coming starting next week. Now it's our time. Now it's our time, and we show how much better and better and better we're getting. Give yourself a clap. 1, 2, 3. Without further ado, and we have one more thing after this. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. Yes! All right. Meadow has the game ball. Okay? We will get everybody and get their autograph. Yeah. Okay? And that ball, man, come on up. Yeah. This ball's going to Matty. Come on up. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Break it down. 50-50, and then we're going to do that pass the hat thing. We'll let you know. Please help us out. We are together. We are family.
Well, we had a conversation when we found out what was happening tonight, and it's a doubleheader, and we wanted to make people aware that officials are people too, so we took our game checks and donated it to the cause tonight. So we're not looking for individual recognition. We just happen to be the lucky crew that was assigned to this night, and we heard what was going on. We thought it was an opportunity for us to bring the human side of officiating to basketball, because when you're playing or your children are playing, it's a big deal if there's a foul called or not a foul. But what we've learned through high school sports and sports in general is there's a lot bigger lessons in life, and this was an opportunity for us to be a part of it. So that's why we chose to help out tonight. So, and I will say that we were just lucky enough to be assigned. There's anybody as a part of the officiating community in central Wisconsin that could have been assigned to this tonight that probably would have done the same thing.
Congrats on your senior year, Maddie, and for always giving your all and everything you do. Send my love to you.
Everybody stand and give these two courageous young ladies a huge round of applause.
Welcome back to Hobbs Ice Center in Eau Claire. After one period, it's New Richmond 3, Eau Claire Memorial 3. Bob Radovich and Mike Schwengler with you, Mike. No shortage of action in that first period.
No, it was and not so much back and forth, but just snippets of time. New Richmond crosses the blue line. They're going to get the puck in deep. They do their quick one-touch things, whether it's a turn towards the net cycle and look for the guy coming through. They've had a guy wide open. I think we had talked 6 or 7 times. Talking briefly with the legend Mike Sullivan in between periods, he agrees that 2 guys have pretty much gotten all their shots on goal. It's either been number 12 Lajeunesse or number 15 Bonneman.
Bjorn Bonneman got the scoring started. Just 43 seconds into this one, Mac Diggins evened it up just over 2 minutes later. Then Matt Wonke at the 5:18 mark put Memorial up 2-1, but then catcher Langenus scored back-to-back goals to give New Richmond a 3-2 lead. And then finally, With just 25 seconds remaining in the period, it was Nick Madsen sniping one in. So 3-3 after one. And Mike, before we went to break, we talked about adjustments. Maybe we'll revisit that. But just in a sense of, again, you got a team Memorial that has just had some lapses. And as a coach, you'd think by this point of the season that you wouldn't have guys puck watching, and yet here they are.
Yeah.
How do you correct that?
Well, games are the opportunity to showcase what you do in practice. And I guess if they're doing it in practice and then the game comes and the puck drops and they revert back to old habits, which it does happen, it's high school, maybe sit back and watch the guys that aren't making those mistakes, because it's not like New Richmond's putting tons of pressure on. It's been like a 20-second in zone, touch pass goal, touch pass goal. And keep in mind, Gunnar Hagen's made a great poke check to a guy who was wide open, and he's come out and made a couple of big-time stops as well.
Old A's have a potential 2-on-1 here. Pankratz, I thought he came over the line and was offside, but they play on.
Looks like they missed one earlier, 2-3 feet offside as well.
New Richmond now skates in with catcher Langness. I think the word for New Richmond and how they played in that first period is opportunistic.
Opportunistic, but under control and have a plan too. They know exactly what they want to do.
Down low for Memorial is Mac Diggins. Abe's dig the puck free with Nolan Autumn. Backhands down low. Here's Diggins. Right out front, here's Autumn. It got deflected up in the air. Diggins out to the point. Here's Madsen. Shot right on. Rebound. Cleared by the Tigers. And that first line will step off, and it's icing on New Richmond.
Yeah, Unger right there. 2 more strides. He's got the puck in deep. I think he just panicked a little bit. I think there's your answer right there. If I'm the Abes, I got last change. I have total control of how things are going to go. I see Bjorn Bonneman's line out there, Madsen and Byrne. I know they spread the wealth on D, but those two are out there and they're fresh. You got to do a better job on your benches, I think, to make sure you have that opportunity.
HS Fence is serving Wisconsin's commercial and residential fencing needs for the last 18 years. HS Fence specializing in chain link vinyl wood and ornamental fencing. Hand pass on the Abes, so the faceoff comes back in their zone. New Richmond looking to center it. Zaylen Sweet parked up front. Abes get it out to neutral ice. Opportunity now. Ottoman shoots, and a save by McGillis. Ottoman had a teammate coming down the right side of the slot. He just couldn't get really good control of the puck to make a pass.
Well, he pulled it back, and he got the defenseman to go down. He had Wonky wide open on the backside, and Wonky, he's shown the ability to put the puck in the net. He's got 3-4 goals in his last 3 games. So
yeah, he's up to 8 on the season.
Got to head man the puck, find the guy that's open.
Ottoman gets his pocket picked. Here comes Chapman. Steven Chapman throws it out front. Abes did a good job of the back check. Here's Ottoman now for the Abes. From a sharp angle off the side of the net. Ottoman still has it, trying to go cross ice. That one didn't connect. Madsen with it, plays it back to Byrne. Byrne will retrieve, throws it behind the net to Nick Madsen. He hands it off to Byrne. But some good forechecking by the Tigers. Byrne now with a little time and space. Cross ice to Madsen. Madsen gains the zone. Gets it back. Madsen looking. Noah Kircher lost control of the puck. Tigers throw it back out. Abe's pinching now with Eric Karnitz. Byrne able to hold the zone, but scooped up by Canton Langness. Loose puck opportunity for the old Abes. Autumn on the backhand. Missed on the short side. And the puck winds up on the back of the net. You can get Culligan Water for just $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com.
So Richmond got by. You could tell their third line for them. They're just trying to get the puck out. They had the opportunity. They ended up turning it over. And Autumn had a nice opportunity to score, but you could tell they play their second to get through their third to get back to their one, and their one is going to hog the ice time, and well, they should. They're skilled enough to handle it.
Played out to neutral ice. Dylan Byrne going back for a memorial. Evades Matthew Unger there. Lead pass. Bouncing puck. Picked up by the Abes. Gabe Pankratz. Around one defender. Puck still loose. And the net popped off its moorings. And we'll get a stoppage with 13:40 left. At Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, whether you are a professional athlete, weekend warrior, or simply have an aching joint, rest assured that you will receive unsurpassed care delivered with compassion and respect. When you need it most, visit the sports medical experts at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Off the face-off, here come the Tigers. Catcher Langness, drop pass, and the shot kicked out of there by Brecken Hagen. Matthew Unger let that one rip.
What a rip. You think it went off a pad because that thing missed the net by about 15 feet wide, and it went straight up into the netting. So I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think it caught the top of Hagen's pad there. But yeah, that first line, catcher Langness, Bjorn Bonneman at center, and then Matthew Unger on the wing. Boy, and you said it, Mike. And there's a big save by Hagen. You can tell these guys have played together a long time because it's just instinctive the way they move the puck to each other.
Yeah, and their hockey IQ, you can tell it. For high school kids, it's off the charts. They play with their heads up. They look over their shoulders. They hear each other talk. They're throwing pucks to the voices versus having to look and find the guy. Guy lucky on that last whistle. Same play, go around the net, throw it to the guy who's wide open in front. Abe's made the change and brought their top line back out there.
Nolan Autumn on the draw. Picked up by catcher Langness. He'll throw it deep. Abe scoop up the puck behind the net. Held in. Langness tried to backhand the pass to the high slot. That went off a skate. Diggins pokes it free to the far side. Pankratz puts it in deep. Bjorn Bonneman throws it up the boards and out. McMadsen skates in, throw it around. Diggins keeps it in, play to an open wing, shot right on and kicked out of there by McGillis. That was Madsen with that shot from the far point.
Little chess match going on here, Bob. Coach Larson, his top guys were out there. As soon as there was a neutral zone, pick it up and sit and look play. Two of their three guys got off the ice as quick as possible to make a quick change. It'll be interesting to see as we go if New Richmond's trying to find that spot where they can pop out against Memorial's second and third lines.
Loose right out front. Opportunity for the Tigers, and they score. Zaylen Sweet gives New Richmond a 4-3 lead.
Turnover down low. New Richmond gets on the puck. Guy comes through the slot. Throw it out front towards the front of the net. He had two whacks at the puck. Hagen made the first save. Banged in the rebound. Meanwhile, nobody picked up the guy in front of the net. That's 4 goals.
Yeah, Mike, it's a broken record here that we're talking about. Here comes Blake Oneman. Wonky right out front. Denied by McGillis. Byrne throws one in. That one off a skate. Wonky behind the net. Centers, backhand. Here's Wonky. It's poked off his stick. So Sweet on the goal. Chapman with the assist for Zaylen Sweet. It's his 6th goal of the season. Chapman now has 13 assists.
And if I'm correct, Bob, I believe the Autumn, the Apes top line, they've been out there for 3 of the 4 goals against.
New Richmond carries in, drop pass, and the shot deflected wide by the goaltender, Brecken Hagen. Held in, big save Hagen. Loose out front and a whistle.
Oh, hand pass in front.
Boy, taking that shot from the point, Lance Howard.
He got the shot on goal and it came right back out, and it hit Unger, and he tried to push it underneath his pad, hoping nobody saw it, but they saw it. So here's the problem. Yeah, we had talked the chess match. So Autumn's line just came off. That 4th goal, they were on the bench for about 25 seconds, right back out now, trying to defend this top line again for New Richmond.
Mike, suffice it to say that the next goal is going to be a pretty big one.
Well, yeah, again, like nobody's defending the front of the net. Here goes Diggins on a breakaway.
Mac Diggins tries to carry it. Poke checked away. I think the goalie McGillis got his stick on it. Autumn, the shot, and they score! Nolan Autumn with the goal. And with 10:48 to go in the second, it's a 4-4 hockey game.
On that one, the nice curl, pulled it up the wall, hit Autumn. Bonneman went down to block the shot. The problem was he went down late, and I don't think the goaltender saw it at all. He went down because he saw that there was nothing there, and Autumn got a great shot on goal, went top corner on the blocker side. I don't think the goaltender saw it till the very end.
Nolan Autumn with his 5th goal of the season. It's a big one. It ties the game 4 apiece.
This could be the last shot as the game winner here, Bob.
Yeah, I think it's one of those, like sometimes you say in football, last team that have possession, or in basketball, team with the last shot. Yeah, this has been wild. I didn't exactly expect this. Opportunity for the Abes, and a shot by Diggins just over the crossbar.
They're looking to shoot high. Memorial's going to shoot high. They've scored some goals off it tonight, obviously. Goaltender's going down. Keep pumping it high. What they need to understand is you can't score 200 feet away from your own goal. If they just play deep, control the puck down low. They haven't really done any low to high stuff, go cross ice to get shots with traffic. They've basically just caught it on the wall and caught and shoot, or catch and shoot.
Heeb's trying to win a puck battle in the corner. Puck pops out, but getting there first is New Richmond and Stephen Chapman. Gains the red line, flips it over the glass and into the seats. Stop Construction is a premier builder of municipal industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Stop Construction, a 100% employee-owned company.
A little different change here for the Abes coming out. A little confusion on where they're going to drop it.
Now they're going to drop it at center ice. So
this line hasn't seen much ice time for the Abes tonight.
It's the Noah Kircher line against the second line, Chapman, Sweet, and Fox for New Richmond. Abes trying to poke the puck free. Winds up deep in their end. Zaylen Sweet taken into the boards. Abes look to carry out. At center ice, steered back in by Savarine. Dylan Byrne back for Memorial, hassled there by Chapman. Byrne pokes it free. Abes trying to backhand it out. Sent right back in by New Richmond. Byrne trying to poke it free for Memorial, but it winds up with the Tigers right out front. Great poke check, Brecken Hagen, as that puck was sitting out there in the slot. Abes coming back the other way. There's a shot by Kunert. Savaloya now with the shot. The goaltender had been creeping out of his crease. Loose out front. Kunert with it. Throws it out front, intercepted by the Tigers. Here they come on the counterattack. Poked away by the Abes. Nick Madsen has it. Off a New Richmond stick. Madsen collects it. Get it to center ice. Here comes Autumn. Autumn to his forehand. Shot right on. Save McGillis. Abes trying to pounce on that rebound. But New Richmond plays it out to center ice. Trevor Kircher will play it forward. And sent back in by the Tigers. Icing on New Richmond. 7:42 remaining in period number 2. Enjoy the benefits of business banking at Security Financial Bank with several options to fit your business. Learn more about business banking at sfbank.com.
So the Abe's got the advantage here now. Well, now they're going to make the change. They had the opportunity with their top line being gassed the last 7 or 8 minutes. They had the opportunity to go against New Richmond's number 3, but Coach Collins elected to make the change and bring out Schemberger's line.
Oh, Ottoman going hard into the boards. He's slow to get up, and offside called on Memorial. Blake Ottoman, he says he's okay.
He went hard to the wall, and the Richmond guy fell down right before he went to finish his check. It looks like he's okay.
Loose off the face-off. Picked up here. Andy Johnson will play it in for New Richmond. Madsen for Memorial throws it up the far side to Ottoman, who pokes it free. Still loose. Sent back in the Memorial end. Madsen picks it up. Good puck battles along the near boards, and New Richmond will backhand that in. Madsen will throw it up the boards to Ottoman, but he wasn't able to get a stick on it, so it's icing on the old Abes. 6:51 to go. Mike, it seems that, we've seen in earlier games Madsen and Byrne able to just kind of scoop up the puck and just kind of skate down the middle of the ice. What's New Richmond doing to kind of fan those guys out wide and not let them just walk up the ice?
Well, they're taking away inside the dots, and when they're even their neutral guys are staying inside the dots, so they're forcing. If they're going to pick it up, they're going to go wide. The problem is they're getting enough minimal first guy pressure to make Byrne and Madsen move the puck.
Abe skate out to center ice. We'll throw it in, but it's picked up by the Tigers. Lead pass a little too far for Gage Fox. Byrne with it for Memorial. Byrne's got some time and space. Comes up the near wall. Regains control, but forward on the opposite side. Tygan Kunert was across, so it's offside on the old Abe. 6:25 left.
Well, on that one, Byrne just said to heck with it. He's going to go, and ended up getting pinched off and lost the puck, and then we had the offside play. Something that the Abes could look at doing. With Byrne and Madsen on the ice together, neither one of them has to overexert themselves because they're smart enough, they know where each other are, they play together forever, right? And they're going to make simple passes. So that way you could extend them, one shift. You could have them go one shift through a second shift if you really needed them to.
Well, and we may see that by the end of the game if the score remains the way it is. Abe's able to hold the zone. Pankratz poked off his stick. Here comes Unger. Unger will flip it in. He had no reinforcements with him. Hagen will glove it and hang on.
And back to Langenis. Bonneman and Unger. Offensive zone faceoff. Byrne comes off. Madsen goes on, so Madsen's out with Kirchner. And Autumn, Pankratz, and Diggins line.
So both first lines out there. Nick Madsen sent right back in by the Tigers. Trevor Kircher trying to play it up the boards. Takes a strange carom, scooped up by Nolan Autumn, but not out. Picked up by Diggins. Diggins to Autumn. Kircher. Play it over to Diggins. Back to Madsen. He'll send it in. The Abes will give chase. Poked out of the zone. Trevor Kircher will play it over to Nick Madsen.
And here, Bob, this is a win shift. You got their top line who has scored 3.5 of the 4 goals, and they have to defend in their own zone.
Puck along the boards. Held in by New Richmond. Madsen blocking that shot. Skating out is Diggins. Cross ice, Pankratz. Loose in the corner. Autumn going after it. Colin Olson for the Tigers. New Richmond clears to center ice. Here's Bonneman trying to split the defenders. Unable to do so.
Tucker Lossman just got enough of Bonneman to get him off stride.
Now Wonky battling for it. Poked into the Abe zone. Dylan Byrne goes back. Byrne to center ice. Big hit into the boards. Wonky, but he hops right up. Abe's turn it over at center ice. Here comes Canton Langenus for New Richmond. Byrne gets to the puck first, plays it over to Tucker Lossman. Lead pass out to center ice off the stick of Oneman. Now corralled by Dylan Byrne. Got 3:25 to go, second period in a 4-4 hockey game. Puck comes into the Abe zone. New Richmond gets there first. Centering pass hits traffic. Abe's poke it free. They flip it down. Here's Mac Diggins. Diggins gets hauled down, and we're going to have a penalty. Oof. Old Abe's going to go on the power play.
I don't quite know about that one, Bob. They're going to call Nico Keller for hooking when in fact Diggins got in the puck when Pankratz flipped it, which was a nice play. Diggins got after the puck. It was him and the goalie. The puck had bounced. He got his stick on it, but the goalie came out to poke it away.
Right.
And when the goalie poked it away, Diggins fell over his stick. The defenseman didn't touch him. So bonus for the Aves, because that is definitely, I mean, if they're going to call tripping on the goalie for going to poke at the puck, okay. But it was definitely not Keller who had the infraction called. So the Aves are on the power play, 3 minutes left in the period.
Aves win the face-off. Here's Dylan Byrne up top. Over to Nick Madsen. Down low, Nolan Autumn.
Well, minimal pressure down low until the turnover comes, and then they try an outnumber. They send 2. Abe's got to send 3 and 4.
Poke free. Here's Dylan Byrne taking a look. Near side. Off the stick of Diggins and played down ice.
Puck protection is huge there. Diggins got to hold on to that power, get it back down below. If you're going to move it up high, you're moving it up high to get the shot. The other night against Chippewa, when they got the puck high, they shot the puck. And you're not going to be able to set anything up down lower unless you bring them out to get shots off.
Battle for the puck right in front of the Aves bench. Diggins works it free. Diggins on the toe drag, deflected up into the netting. Minute 11 to go on this Memorial power play.
A minute and 11, had control, had opportunities, but again, New Richmond's going to attack off of what most everybody does. A turnover, a bounce, they're going to go attack. Otherwise, they're going to sit back, but when the puck's going high, they're going to get in shooting lanes, they're going to have sticks on pucks, and they're going to collapse to the middle.
Madsen back up top to Byrne, near side Diggins.
So there you see, so they ran their umbrella. Byrne to Diggins, back to Byrne, but you saw Langinus come out. He's going to pressure that. So Byrne can't go left to Madsen. He can't come back to Diggins. The only place he can go is down to the corner. My point is, if you see they're going to come out that high and pressure that high, move it out high, let them come, push it back low, and then attack low. One pass back, you got a 3-on-2 going to the net, which is what you want anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Power plays are about getting the odd man opportunity.
I think Madsen skates out. Madsen gains the zone, leaves it for Diggins. Back to Madsen. Shot from up high, deflected, loose in the crease, but held in by Madsen. Near side, Autumn. Autumn back to Diggins. Diggins to the slot, one-timer by Autumn, and somehow the goaltender McGillis kept it out of the net.
A big-time save by McGillis with traffic in front.
20 seconds on the power play. They wanted to get it over to Autumn, but Richmond broke that up. 10 seconds on the power play. Byrne carries in. Up top, Madsen. Back to Diggins, final seconds. There's a shot, and they score!
Second shot on goal on the power play, but it's the right one. Burns has nowhere to go. He throws it, a floater, he would self-admit, a floater at the net. Problem is, there were 4 guys, 3 plus 2. What's that, 5? There's sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I've never been good at math. 5 guys right in front of the net. Not one guy blocked it for Richmond. A puck squirted right through, went in, 5-4 Abes. 1 minute left in the period.
Let's see what kind of momentum that gives Memorial.
Very excited microphone guy tonight. He's really been into it with his announcement.
Oh, yeah, and he was that way during the JV game, too. So I guess when you don't have a band, the PA guy's got to pick it up, too.
Well, he deserved a little extra for tonight's effort.
I would think so. Played back into the zone. It's icing on New Richmond, so the Old Abes will get an offensive zone faceoff. The thing I liked about how Memorial set things up, they knew that time was kind of ticking down on that power play, but they didn't rush things.
Right, well, and part of that is Byrne had nowhere to go. The left side was clogged up. There's nothing here on the right side. They got burned on it twice. So he just looked and he saw nothing but traffic. He just floated it at the net. In baseball, you would call that a ground ball with eyes.
That's exactly what that would be.
But you know what? In the paper the next day, I tell kids all the time, doesn't matter how they go in the paper the next day, it looks like an end-to-end walk
exactly,
5 guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
And maybe 30 years from now, and they score again! Gabe Pankratz!
Abes finally created the turnover. A little payback to the Longinus line. Got the turnover. Pankratz rolling through the slot. I believe Diggins found him. Catch and shoot. Went high. Great goal for the Abes with 11 seconds left in the second period.
Abes with 3 goals in the period to take a 6-4 lead. Pankratz unassisted to make it 6-4. Well, you know, the Abes, it wasn't a perfect period, but I liked how they kind of reset after falling behind by a goal that made it 4-3, and they just kind of kept some pressure up and got some saves on the other end and found the back of the net.
Well, they gave up the one, and then they came back, so resiliency is involved in that. They had a couple nice shifts off the goals. They've kind of done that the whole game. They've been scored on and gone down and had some pressure. Penalty situations, not much for special teams. The one early got collapsed with another penalty, so there was really, only 2 penalties that period, right? One for Memorial.
No, just the one period penalty that period, and that was on New Richmond.
So, special teams haven't been an issue. It's good they got the pucks to the net. The traffic is there, so the structure's there. They're just 200 feet away. Message in the third period, 200 feet away. Play in their end, keep the puck in. If you got to dump it, dump it. If you're going to chip it, make the defenseman turn. Pressure, no blind pucks, play below the goal line. Make New Richmond go 200 feet.
Zaylen Sweet's goal at the 4:54 mark of the second gave New Richmond a 4-3 lead, but then at the 6:12 mark, Nolan Autumn evened it up. Dylan Byrne at the 15:58 marker made it 5-4 Memorial, and then Gabe Pankratz with just 11 seconds to go made it 6-4 Memorial. What do we have in the third period? Stick around right here on Zaleski Sports to find out. After 2, it's 6-4 Old Abes over the Tigers. We'll take an extended break. You are watching high school hockey on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
Welcome to our halftime show at Eau Claire Memorial. Jason Zaleski here with Spectrum Insurance's Daryl Zaleski. Daryl, before we get into some of the sports that we're going to talk about today, first, catch us up on the history of yourself and Spectrum Insurance.
Yeah, sure. So I've been in insurance my entire career right out of college, but I started with a insurance company in Wausau, actually, and worked there and transferred over here in 1990. So I've been in Eau Claire for a long time now. And about 2004, I decided to leave Wausau and went to work for a small agency in Chippewa Falls. 2.5 years later, I bought that agency, and that's how Spectrum Insurance was formed. So we had a little office in Chippewa Falls. A month later, we started an office in Eau Claire. And so while our roots are in Eau Claire, we're one of the larger agencies in the state of Wisconsin. We have offices throughout the state. There's about 20 locations. One office in Minnesota. But again, our roots are here in the Chippewa Valley, and we're thrilled to be part of the Eau Claire community.
We'll mention the website. Tell us the website.
The website is spectruminsgroup.com, and it has a wealth of information about insurance, about getting quotes. Really anything you need is on our website.
And we'll have a graphic at the end of this to show people that as well. Let's talk about basketball. We're here at a basketball event, and thank you for helping to sponsor this event and bring the attention for these kids to everybody here statewide. Let's tell us a little bit about your basketball history going back to high school.
Sure. Well, first of all, we're proud to be a sponsor of this the tournament. I think it's wonderful. Yeah, we grew up playing basketball. I'm from a small town by Neilsville, Marshfield, Granton, for those of you that know Granton on Highway 10. Small school. We played basketball growing up our entire life as my twin brother and I and some friends. All of my brothers played basketball, and I was fortunate, at a small school that I was able to play a lot of varsity basketball when I was a freshman. So throughout the course of my career, I ended up scoring a lot of points, being able to play 4 years of varsity basketball, which is certainly unheard of at larger schools, but back then it was fairly common. So had a long, really great basketball career, loved the sport. I think it's a great sport for young boys and girls to play, and it teaches a lot of character and a competitive nature. And I go back and I talk to a lot of people in my industry in the sales process and making sales, and we equate our sales competitiveness back to our basketball career when we were competitive playing basketball. So,
at the time that you left school, you left as the conference's all-time leading scorer. What were some of those memories? And you talk about teamwork. How did your teammates help you achieve that?
Yeah, it was certainly a team effort, because I was actually a post player in a small school. I'm only 5'11", but I would go up against taller players, and so it was certainly a team approach to get me the ball down in the post. I could get fouled a lot. I made a lot of free throws, but I probably wasn't the best shooter on the team, but I had a knack for getting to the hole. Had a lot of three-point plays. I think 90% of my shots were probably off the backboard. I was always underneath the backboard banking shots in. So.
Three-point line when you played?
We had no three-point line at the time. I don't even know what year it came in. I can't even remember, but I wish we did, because my twin brother was actually a very good outside shooter, and he would have scored a lot of points from the three-point line.
Twin brother Darren, what was it like playing with your brother?
It was really cool. I mean, we played, obviously, growing up when we were just tiny. We were always playing with the two of us and our friends, and he was the shooting guard, and it was really great. We were always there together. We were always practicing. It was actually really cool.
In basketball, with the ball on offense, that's your primary position. Your first position is triple threat. That's the basketball term. At Spectrum Insurance, what's your triple threat?
Yeah, so our triple threat is, our agency is based on what we call 3 silos, and we offer commercial insurance to businesses certainly in the Chippewa Valley, and as I said, throughout the state. So whether it's a contractor, a manufacturer, a municipality, we have a lot of trucking accounts. We do commercial insurance first. The second silo that we have is personal insurance. So we have home, auto, umbrella, toys, anything that you need for your personal insurance. We have dedicated people for that as well. And then the third silo is what we call our employee benefits or life and health division. And so it's two-phased. It's offering employee benefits to businesses, but we also do a lot of individual health insurance, dental, Medicare. We have a gal that is meeting with Medicare clients all fall while open enrollment, and I don't know how she does it, but she's wonderful at her job. So those are the three silos, the triple threat.
Yeah, the triple threat as it is. You're supporting a tournament like this that you are in a way, you're also supporting families. And as you know, as a former player, being in that family, this is a family business, going to a basketball game, supporting a high school student athlete. Tell us about Spectrum Insurance and the way that you support families.
Well, it's interesting because we consider the agency a family. We just had our Christmas party last Saturday, and we talked about how it's a true family. Yeah, we're a business, but it actually feels like we're a family. And I think supporting the community here and what families come to the games, they watch their children play, or they just come to support Memorial. That's our philosophy. We're a family, and we support families any way we can.
Golf. It's a passion of yours. Had a hole-in-one, to my understanding, your first ever hole-in-one at Neilsville Country Club back in July. Aside from Neilsville Country Club, which is maybe the finest 9-hole golf course in the country.
Yes, it is.
Tell us about one or two other courses that you've played at in your life that really stand out to you, or you really will always remember.
I've been very fortunate. I've played at a lot of great courses, not only in the United States, but across the world. There are really a lot of courses in Europe. I'm a member of the Eau Claire Country Club, so I think that's a fantastic course for those of you that have played at the country club. It's a wonderful course. I actually had my first hole-in-one there.
Oh, okay.
And then the second one this summer at Neilsville, it was a treat because, as you said, that was the course I grew up on. Yeah. And to be able to have a hole-in-one on the course that you grew up on was a phenomenal experience. But I've played, as I said, I've played some great courses. I've been very fortunate around the country. I've played St. Andrews. I played the old course at St. Andrews. This past summer, I played Old Head in Ireland. It's hard to quantify the great courses that I played, but at the end of the day, my favorite course is still Whistling Straits in Kohler. And so to have that in Wisconsin is a special treat for myself and anybody that golfs.
What else should people know about Spectrum Insurance, especially the office here in Eau Claire?
Yeah, we have about 35 to 40 people here, so that's our biggest office. And so we have a lot of people that have children that go to school here. So I think it's important for us to support our corporate mantra is to support the local community, whether it's through school or through donations to nonprofits. And I think you'll find out that Spectrum is a really good corporate citizen in the Chippewa Valley. We rarely turn down any requests for donations, and we try to make a point to support donations as they're requested.
Lastly, what's your go-to at the basketball concession stand when you walk in?
How do you not get a hot dog?
All right.
Although I have celiac, so I get it without the bun. But how do you not get a hot dog?
Thank you so much for supporting the tournament.
Thank you. Thanks, Jason.
More basketball coming up right now on Zaleski Sports.
Spectrum Insurance is an independent insurance agency offering personal, business, and health insurance services throughout Wisconsin and Minnesota. Spectrum Insurance has a team of trusted insurance experts with diverse areas of expertise ready to protect you when the unexpected happens. We're here to help. Contact us at spectruminsgroup.com.
Asher Lasting Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Lasting Exteriors.
I think there are a lot of benefits to schooling our children from home. We get to spend a lot of time with them, and there are eureka moments like seeing them walk for the first time, or they figure something out and they're so excited about it.
The RVA really does work with each family to individualize each child's education to help them really succeed.
This is like the best thing in Wisconsin in terms of school.
For us, the RVA was our first and best choice of schools to choose.
We love the RVA.
At Marquardt Motors, we want our customers to experience the highest possible level of satisfaction. That's why we offer the largest selection of new and used vehicles at the lowest possible price. It's why we offer Saturday service, and we have our own body shop on site. I'm Dave Marquardt. I invite you to come experience the personal service we worked for 50 years to achieve and will continue to improve on for many years to come.
We are back at Hobbs Ice Arena, getting you set for the third period of action. Eau Claire Memorial leading New Richmond by a score of 6-4. Old Abe's had 3 goals in the first, 3 more in the second. New Richmond had 3 in the first, 1 in the second. Bob Radovich and Mike Schwengler back with you. Mike, it's kind of hard to say what you expect here in the third period. I would imagine New Richmond's going to come out buzzing, looking to cut into this margin. Abe's will probably look to, just kind of play pucks out of their zone, but maybe counter when you get a chance.
Well, that's been the MO of the Abes all year long, but I think part of this too, you had brought up the question earlier about second time through and where are you at now. We're mid-January. I think the focus coming out of this game, the Abes got a tough weekend coming up too, but looking at their schedule, they've got a few days off to get some practice time in to fix some things, but not so much a sense of urgency as it is if you want to be a team that can try and go deep into the playoffs, which, let's be honest, they haven't. You got to be able to defend the puck. Defense wins games, and defending is huge. So if you can get that 1, get that 2, they have a 6-4 lead now against a team that admittedly will say, we've got 2.5, maybe 3 guys that are going to do our scoring. So we have to limit those guys, their offensive zone opportunities, which means defend the puck, make a good read, get the puck outside the blue to get it outside the red, make them go 200 feet. They're not going to pick up the puck and go coast to coast. They're going to score their goals by chipping it in, getting an odd man number, get to the puck, and look to throw it to the guy coming through the slot.
Memorial is scheduled to play tomorrow night in Wausau versus Notre Dame Academy of Green Bay. Of course, we'll see what the weather situation does about that game. Amory will host New Richmond on Saturday. That's a non-conference game, but very big when it comes to seeding because those 2 teams will be in the same sectional. In fact, they played for a sectional title last season. Flipped out of the zone by the Old Abes, picked up by Nolan Autumn. Scooped up by Gabe Pankratz. Trying to get wide. Bjorn Bonneman back there. We get a whistle behind the play.
Well, it's actually Pankratz when he jumped back and got by the New Richmond defender. He went after the puck, and whoever it was from New Richmond came across, and Gabe reached out to poke at the puck, and the guy went over his stick, and that's kind of an oopsie-doopsie there, Bob. He went after he jumped back, took 2 strides, went to reach for the puck, and guy tripped over his stick.
So with 16:45 to go here in the third, New Richmond goes on the power play, trailing 6-4.
And we didn't really get a chance to see what they do because on that changeover on the 4-on-4, their second unit was out.
Puck pops free, and the Abes gather it. Dylan Byrne fires it all the way down.
It looks like they're going to try and hit Unger down low, with Bonneman and Langinus on either side looking to pop it back out. Madsen made a nice play to cut that off.
Langinus will dump it in deep. Unger going after it. Harrimed out front. Madsen gets it and fires it all the way down. Oneman will be the first to the puck. Blake Oneman throws it out front. Gets tripped up and sent it wide, and Oneman with that hustle will draw a New Richmond penalty, so we'll be 4-on-4 now.
Problem when you dump the puck in on a power play, you got to send more guys than the other team has to go get it. That time they dumped it in. Unger was the only one on the puck. Abes were able to cut that off. Madsen dumped it down, and Oneman using his speed went after the puck, created the penalty. Now we're back to 4-on-4.
Lance Howard picks up the penalty. Still a minute 10 to go in the Memorial penalty, so barring a goal here by either team, we'll have 4-on-4 for just over a minute. Nick Madsen carrying in. Madsen still with the puck, shoots. Big collision out front, and they score! Ames make it 7-4. Once again, it is Mac Diggins.
Well, and that's all set up again by Madsen. He picked up the puck inside his own zone. Said to heck with it. He picked it up, took it off down the wall. Both the Richmond, the forward, not enough size to knock him off the puck. Then the defenseman tried to take him, couldn't get him off the puck. Nick cut right to the net, threw it on goal. Nice chip rebound opportunity. Diggins goes to the net, bangs in the rebound, empty net. 7-4 Aves.
Mac Diggins now 2 goals tonight. He's up to 13 goals on the season. And we will stay 4-on-4. Aves pick up the puck. They'll work it cross ice over to Schemberger. High shot right there by catcher Langness, but it went over the net. Oh, and that one off the post. Picked up now by Wonky. He'll skate out.
Bob, I think Hagen got his pad on that one. That was a great play. Nice shot by Longinus. Rebound opportunity for Bjornsson. But that's so far, that's been the save of the game. Hagen got his pad out there and shut that down. That was, for a split second, a wide open net.
Yeah, and that's one where, you know, if you're New Richmond, that's exactly the guy you want with the puck on his stick.
And that right there, a save like that's going to lift your bench too. So once again, you left the guy open that you shouldn't have left open, but your goaltender was there. He picked you up, he covered for you, and now you got to lock it in. You got a 3-goal lead. These shouldn't happen anymore.
Abe's back to full strength. You get a power play now for a little over 35 seconds. Madsen to Byrne. Oh, deflected out front by Pankratz, but just wide. Abe's lose the puck. New Richmond dumps it down. Byrne going back.
They hurry. They got time for one more rush and a shot opportunity on that. Against the Red, honestly, I would stack Byrne and Madsen, put them both on the blue line. Whoever's open takes a shot, put 3 guys at the net, attack triangle, outnumber them, and bang at a rebound.
Diggins through center ice. Final seconds of the power play. Diggins, drop pass. Autumn steers it back to Diggins, but New Richmond gets there first. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Autumn along the far boards. Autumn pokes it free. Still with the puck. Fires from a sharp angle. Save McGillis. Abe's holding his own. Pankratz the shot. Right on. Save McGillis. Big pile up. Some pushing and shoving ensuing. With 13:36 to go here in the third period. Castle Insurance, based in Eau Claire, is your local independent insurance provider for all your insurance needs. You can depend on Castle Insurance.
Very spirited back behind the net there. Bunch of guys pushing and shoving. Nothing really happened. No penalties out of it. Offensive zone face-off as Byrne and Madsen were smart enough not to go down below the top of the circles, so they keep the puck in the zone.
First line stays out there. Sorry, Mike. First line stays out there for Memorial.
13:36 left, Bob. Keep pumping the puck down below the goal line. Play down low. Don't force anything. No blind passes through the slot. Keep everything low. Get shots through. Don't give up a block shot.
New Richmond works the puck free, and they've got control. Lance Howard will dump it in. Scooped up there by Trevor Kircher. Plays it ahead to Diggins. Here's Tucker Lossman. Off the stick of Autumn, now scooped up by Pankratz. So play it back to Kircher. Nolan Autumn now at center ice. Loose puck picked up. Diggins has it. Pankratz, the shot. Fired it over the net. Had some space with the goaltender down.
Yeah, just missed it once again. Goalie went down before the shot. He had that top shelf. He just missed it by a couple inches.
Madsen trying to get it up to Wonky. Knocked aside there by Savarine. Held in. Savarine has it. Poked off his stick by Wonky. Throw it behind the net. Catcher Langenus going after it. Abe's able to skate out with Blake Ottoman. Ottoman looking to get wide. Ottoman still with the puck. Bottled up there in the corner. It's worked free. Played up the near boards and out by the Tigers. It goes all the way down. It's icing on New Richmond with 11:55 to go here in the third period.
Now, like we're talking about, puck protection, defensive side of the puck, lock it in. Last shift, 3 opportunities, get the puck outside the blue line, make New Richmond come outside the blue line. Now you get the puck over the red line. Now you make them come back even farther. Nothing else, it kills clock time.
New Richmond skating out, firing in from distance, turned aside by Hagen. New Richmond working the puck free. Colin Olson battling for it. Dug out of there by Jamison Unger. Poked off of his stick. Abe's can't clear. Up the far boards, Wonky now with it. And he'll flip it out of the zone. Ottoman giving chase. New Richmond gets there first with Savarine. Deflected down deep. New Richmond will get some fresh bodies on the ice. Memorial in the middle of a change as well. Played forward. Here's Eric Karnitz. Karnitz, the centering pass. The trailing forward couldn't get the stick down. Byrne up top. Oh, deflected by Karnitz. But a missed short side. Scooped up by Sweet. Out to neutral ice. Abe's carry in with Byrne. Byrne with some time. Fires on net, deflected into the netting. We get a stoppage, 10:38 to go. The Dahlman Insurance Agency provides business, home, auto, and farm insurance throughout the Chippewa Valley. Contact Eric Knutson in Elk Mound or Wayne Dahlman in Eau Claire. Dahlman Insurance, come for the rates, stay for the service.
Nice walk by Byrne on that one. Quick, easy shot. Karnitz was in front of the net. He just tipped up instead of down, and puck went too high and out of play. A hand pass just outside the blue line. I think Lossman was just trying to hold the line there and ended up knocking at it with his hand. Now the defensive zone face-off. 10:31 left in the third, 7-4 Old Abe's. I think we've talked about this numerous times. It's something that I've always preached to my teams. Third period, if you look at the clock, do you have enough goals to win? If the game ended right now, do you have enough? The answer to that is yes. It's 7-4. So no opportunistic chances. Control each zone. You have nowhere to go. Pump it down low. Kill clock. And eat time instead of creating turnovers against you. You have enough to win. You don't need to try and create more and then give yourself a opportunistic odd man rush for the other team.
A couple other scores to pass along from tonight. Eau Claire North leading 3-2 up at Rice Lake. That's after 2 periods. At last check, Chippewa Falls was leading at River Falls 4-0. Hudson had a 2-0 lead at home over Menominee. Abe's dump it deep with Pankratz.
That's exactly what you need to do. First guy, pin the guy. Second guy, come in, play on the defensive side. Third guy, back off, play 3-on-3.
Here comes New Richmond. The shot and the centering pass. Bjorn Bonneman doing a good job, and he threw it over to Matthew Unger at the last second, and that got deflected into the netting, and the net came off its moorings to boot. But Boy, I tell you, that first line for New Richmond, very dangerous.
Well, dangerous, and then you have to know what you're up against. I mean, you've given up 3 goals to them. There, Abe's third guy went after the puck, but the pass is already made. You're too late. You got to back out and play 3-on-3.
Here's a shot, and that one deflected off the side of the net. To the far side, Mac Diggins pokes it free. Here's Nolan Autumn. He's got Pankratz with him. Pankratz steers it near side. Madsen will throw it in deep. Pankratz bumping there with Bonneman. Abe's dig it free. Into the slot. Diggins trying to dangle. Comes out to the point. Autumn will throw it deep. New Richmond trying to get catcher Langness free, but he got sandwiched at center ice. Byrne walks, shoots right on. McGillis didn't know where it was.
It hit him right between the eyeballs, I think. He's shaking his head a little bit.
Abe's holding zone here. Schemberger out to the slot. And we get a whistle and another hand pass on the Abes with 8:26 left.
Well, and there, Lukey Schemberger hasn't had many chances in the offensive zone to make a play with the puck. There, you've scored goals by getting shots to the net. He looked to make a pretty pass to Diggins. Problem was too many Richmond Tigers in the way. He's got to catch and shoot that thing and hope for rebounds.
Hudson has added a goal, and they lead Menominee now 3-0. Tigers able to hold the zone. They throw it out front, loose, and a save, and then a goal. Couple opportunities for the Tigers, and they cash in. And with 8:15 left, they make it a 7-5 game.
A little bit of jump there.
Jamison Unger got the goal.
He got the goal, but the guy who created, I believe, was 20. I think it was Chapman. He was the one that took the puck down low and with speed and attacked the net, threw it on goal. Once again, 5 guys wearing white are looking around, and the guys wearing black have their stick on the ice and banged in another rebound.
Here comes Nick Madsen. Madsen trying to get wide. Along the half wall. Tigers trying to poke it free. Madsen bumped at center ice. Colin Olson gets the assist on the goal by Jamison Unger. What's the old saying about a 2-goal lead in hockey, Mike?
Well, yes, it is the hardest one to defend, but if you just take care of the puck, it makes it so much easier.
Abe's play out to center ice. Wanted to get it to Autumn. Here's an opportunity. Here's Nolan Autumn. Walks in. What a back check there by Lance Howard. Autumn then goes flying. Diggins. Autumn slow to get up. Thrown in. Bouncing puck. Play to the side by Hagen. Dylan Byrne now. Byrne to neutral ice. Hassled by Bonneman. Bonneman will pick up the puck, puts on the brakes. Lead pass too far for catcher Langness. And it's icing on the Tigers, 6:42 left.
Which means there's plenty of time, and they're scoring goals. They get an opportunity in the offensive zone. They're going to get a scoring chance. I don't know, it seems like I just keep repeating myself, Bob. We should stop and rewind and hit play, but like just that last shift alone. So Diggins gets the puck, gets a chip to him. He's at the top of the circle. He's got 4 New Richmond guys around him. He's got nowhere to go with the puck. So there's no reason to try and pull it and make a play and get a shot on goal. Flip it in the corner. Let your guys come and help. Back out. Now you're playing defensive side hockey, and you're killing clock.
Here comes catcher Langness. Wanted to get it to Unger. Poked off of his stick in the corner. Langness behind the net. Pinned against the boards by Madsen. Poked free, a shot from the slot, kicked out of there by Hagen. Shot from up high, that hit traffic. Richmond trying the centering pass. Matthew Unger kind of lost an edge there. Tigers will have to touch up on the delayed offside. Deflected in by the Abes, and they'll get some fresh legs out there. Under 6 minutes to go, third period. And a stoppage with 5:57 left. It is 7-5. Eau Claire Memorial leading New Richmond.
Well, the other thing they have to understand, too, is Abes need to remember that they're playing against the defending state champion, and most of these guys were on that roster last year. Regardless of what role they play, they were on this roster last year, so they know what it takes to win, and they're not going to give up and quit, especially when you give them a little bit of life with that last goal. Defensive zone face-off, puck drop. Within 10 seconds, Richmond had another scoring chance down in the opposite end.
Update from Rice Lake. Eau Claire North now leading the Warriors by a score of 4-3. Centered out front, broken up by the Tigers. They skate out, potential 2-on-2 here. They'll dump it deep, going back for the Abes is Tucker Lossman. Poke to the near board, centered out front. That shot off the stick of Unger got deflected high. Dylan Byrne takes a look, throws it off the glass and out. Race for the puck. Lance Howard's going to get there first for the Tigers. Plays it up to Canton Langenus. They turn it over. Canton Langenus picks it up. Looks for the breakout pass to Colin Olson. Was broken up by Nick Madsen, and a big collision there. Abes control the puck. Madsen has it. Madsen taking off his stick. Stephen Chapman has it. Flips it out to neutral ice. Madsen got a stick on it. That's a play at neutral ice. Hagen deflects that one wide. 4.5 minutes to go.
New Richmond's gone through a full rotation here, so he's giving his top guys a little extra breather.
Picked up along the far side. Lance Howard crashing into the boards. Nothing called. The Abes ice the puck with 4:13 remaining. Mike, it seems to me that Memorial is still looking for stretch passes and trying to add another goal rather than just making the save play. It's not that they're doing it all the time, but they're definitely looking to score some more goals.
They're definitely doing it. They're still looking for cross-ice passes and things that they haven't shown the ability to catch on a cross-ice patch, catch, shoot, and score goals. So this shift here is a huge one. If they can get the puck out of the zone and make New Richmond's top line defend in their own zone, this will be huge for them. There's 4 minutes left. You kill a minute that way. Just right now, it's time to gut it out and just lock it down defensively, which they haven't shown the ability. Block shot here by Pankratz.
Here comes Pankratz. Cross ice pass right out front. Diggins denied by McGillis. And that one winds up in the New Richmond bench. Well, there was almost 8-5 right there, but I tell you, McGillis, he's given up the 7 goals. I can't say a lot of them were his fault, but he's come up with some really big saves.
Yeah, that one there. Diggins cut to the middle, and he was a little bit late coming off the post. He ended up throwing it right into him, but it all started here. Pankratz won the 50-50 on the pinch on the blue line.
Face off to the right of McGillis. We're under 4 minutes. Out to Dylan Byrne. Deflected. That missed short side. Autumn down low. Tigers can't clear. Nick Madsen has it. Gets it back. Up top to Byrne. Byrne the shot. That one off the shins of Matthew Unger. Steered out of the zone. Langenus backhand pass, but it's intercepted by Madsen. He'll carry it in. Nick Madsen. Backhand pass into the slot. Diggins. Now Autumn. Leaves it for Byrne. Back to Byrne. Byrne taking a look. Shoots, deflected, loose, covered up by McGillis. And now some guys mixing it up out front. And then cooler heads prevail, and we get a stoppage with 3:03 left.
And now, Byrne and Madsen that time, they went down in front of the net. I think they're going to call anything. Faceoff should be coming outside.
Pankrat's got a broken stick out of that skirmish out front.
That's a $300 mistake. Now and I'm sure his parents aren't too happy about that. Here's another mistake, Bob.
Okay.
If you're a defenseman, you can't go down below the hash marks in the offensive zone on a whistle when there's a skirmish. Because automatically that puck should be coming outside the blue line, but on the backside ref was standing out here. He saw everything get pushed in. They're going to call, Richmond's calling timeout, but that faceoff should be coming outside. Coach Larson might want to talk to the referees about that one.
So we have a timeout. We'll step aside as well. You are watching high school hockey on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
Today's game is brought to you by Toyson Ford. Stop in at Toyson Ford to pick out your new ride. Come see why all your friends and neighbors say you'll find a friend at Toyson Ford. An SC Swiderski apartment or home is certain to be where you want to live, work, and play throughout the Chippewa Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Wall-to-Wall Carpet One, located on East Hamilton Avenue in Eau Claire. Give Wall-to-Wall Carpet One a call at 715-598-4485. Since 2009, Momentum Baseball Academy has been leading baseball instruction in western Wisconsin. Momentum Baseball Academy, official partner of the Eau Claire Express.
We are back at Hobbs Ice Arena, 3:03 remaining in period number 3. Eau Claire Memorial leading New Richmond 7-5. One final to report in the Big Rivers Conference. Chippewa Falls, a winner 7-1 over River Falls. So the Cardinals remain unbeaten in the BRC.
They've had a good week. Obviously, Coach Scott Parker and his staff and team have to be very pleased with the week, actually last couple weeks they've had going forward. I think their schedule, they have a couple days off next week to get some practice time in too, which is a huge part this late in the season. You can get 2 or 3 days in. As a player, I hated it. I absolutely despised 3 or 4 days of practice. But as a coach, it gives you the opportunity to fix some things that need fixing and reiterating some things that need fixing that way too. 3:03 left, offensive zone faceoff for the Abes. You don't have to win it clean. You just don't want to lose it clean because New Richmond will have a set play coming off of this. They end up winning it clean.
Loose out front and they score! Blake Ottoman getting the goal with 2:59 left. The Old Abes stretch their lead to 8-5.
Which they win it clean. Trevor Kirshner with a great shot from the blue line. Got it through. Hit the goaltender McGillis in the blocker, popped down on him and at the net. They had all 3 guys at the net. Schemberger was at the net. Nice attack triangle set up. Wonky was at the net. Nice shot, goal, rebound opportunity for the Abes. 8-5. Play zone-to-zone hockey. This one should be in the books.
For Blake Ottoman, that is his 6th goal of the season. It started with the face-off win by Schemberger.
Huge face-off win. Won it clean.
There was a big hit dished out there. Andy Johnson sending Mac Diggins flying. Again, the Abes looking for that stretch pass. Far side, Bjorn Bonneman will flip it in. Madsen. Now Autumn. Pankrats with time. Cross ice they go. Nolan Autumn, but they get a man on the near side, Will Savaloya, who is across the blue line.
So that's right there. I don't know.
This is why coaches get gray hairs, right, Mike?
The whistle blows and Autumn throws a puck at the net. I mean, the ref's going to talk to him. It's an automatic 2-minute unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. That's how fights start, and you want to shut that down. That's a 2-minute unsportsmanlike, just like spraying the goalie after the whistle.
Well, right, yeah.
I don't know, maybe everybody gets a ribbon after these games.
Well, who knows? Juice boxes for everybody. Minute 45 left. Eric Carnitz in the corner, and several guys getting flipped up. Trying the wraparound was Noah Kircher, but McGillis got to the post and covered up. The minute 36 left. And to your point, Mike, I think we're getting at that time of the game. It's been a really clean game up to this point. I think now, some of those tempers are a little bit frayed.
Well, it's just be smart about what you're doing. There's nothing wrong with finishing a check, but one, you don't want to put yourself in a situation to take a big hit, but be smart about what you're doing. Keep your sticks down. Don't shoot pucks at the net after the whistle. Don't blow snow in the goaltender's face.
So we haven't seen any, I'm kind of following along on social media, and I haven't seen anything about school as far as tomorrow. That decision probably will not be made until either later tonight or maybe early in the morning.
Well, and the Abes have that big road trip going over to Wausau tomorrow for the little Wausau showcase. I believe it's Notre Dame, Wausau. It used to be Superior with the Abes. I don't know who comes in other than
Here's
Superior.
Gabe Pankratz, who shoots a little bit high. Poked in by the Abes. Pankratz takes a Tiger hard into the boards. Under a minute to go. That was Zaylen Sweet on the receiving end of that check, but he doesn't appear to be worse for wear. Abes flip it out towards center ice. Nolan Ottom going after it. Picked up by Bonneman. Knocked away by Diggins. Near side Pankratz. He'll just flip it in at the net. Time ticking away here on the Tigers. Abes closing in on a season sweep of New Richmond. But again, this New Richmond team, they'll drop down to Division II, and they're certainly capable of making a playoff run, just as they did last year.
You've mentioned it a few times that the team they have to get through is a team that's, 10, 15 miles down the road.
Yeah, Amory. And Warriors have played. They were a great team last year, great team this year. Ranked #1. But this game right here at Hobbs Ice Center is in the books. Eau Claire Memorial in a high-scoring affair, defeating New Richmond by a score of 8-5. Scoring in that third period, Mac Diggins for Memorial, Jamison Unger for New Richmond, Blake Ottoman for Memorial. With the win, the Abes improved to 12-3 overall, 5-3 in the Big Rivers Conference. New Richmond dropping to 7-6-1, 4-4 in the BRC. Mike, some final thoughts?
Well, if I'm the New Richmond Tigers, I need to figure out a way to limit teams' offensive chances, which means I got to get out on pucks. I got to block shots. I got to get everything pushed to the outside. If I'm the old Abes, I'm showing a ton of video of the last 2 or 3 games of the goals that we're giving up and how we're giving them up and so on and so forth. Bottom line, I mentioned it a few times, the puck doesn't score the goal. It needs somebody to do the work for it. So quit watching the puck. Start looking over your shoulders. Communicate more. I mean, from the goaltender on out, you should be talking about, watch this guy, I got this guy, you have that guy. That should be going nonstop, but it doesn't seem to be happening, and those mistakes are going to end up costing you down the road. It almost did tonight.
Coming up next, the postgame show brought to you by Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Rely on the experience of our sports medicine team when you experience any sports-related injury or issue. You can count on prompt, proper diagnosis and customized treatment plan to meet your goals. Their orthopedic surgeons and our athletic trainers serve your athlete in Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls, and western Wisconsin. We'll take a break. Back with the postgame show. You are watching high school hockey on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
Hip impingement and hip labral tears are common causes of hip and groin pain and are often the result of repetitive use from crouching sports or trauma. Today, we are visiting Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Dr. Carlson, a partner with Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, is in the forefront of using a newer procedure called hip arthroscopy, which allows minimally invasive access to a joint and treatments to problems never addressed before. Using hip arthroscopy, Dr. Carlson is able to repair tissue without dislocating the hip and without replacing it.
Hip arthroscopy is where a surgeon takes a camera on the end of a long wand, which we call a scope, and through a small poke hole incision in your skin, delivers that scope into a joint. In this particular case, we're talking about hip arthroscopy, where that scope would be put in the hip joint. The hip joint first has to be dislocated or the ball and socket pulled apart. When that's pulled apart, we can access the joint and look around and do the work we're talking about doing. Once inside the joint, through other portals, we call them, those poke holes that we use to access the joint, we can use other instruments, again on the end of a long wand, to perform the work inside the joint. Things like repairing the cartilage rim of the socket, called the labrum, fixing cartilage defects or problems on the head of the ball or the lining of the socket, repairing tissue around the hip, such as ligaments or capsule, repairing tendons that attach to the hip, or releasing them if need be, depending on the particular problem.
Dr. Carlson's goal is to eliminate the segment of untreated patients or patients with delayed treatment who have curable hip pathology, educating potential patients and their providers that these symptoms are not things they need to live with, or that they are not from their back or groin pulls or early arthritis. Few orthopedic surgeons are operating on hips through a scope because it is a newer and technically difficult surgery. Therefore, certain diagnoses may be missed by physicians not familiar with these newer treatment options.
Patients I see with hip joint pain that can be fixed and not just replaced can range from their mid-teens or younger teens to 50, 60 years old. In the past, patients who had labral tears in their hip were told that they may have some pre-arthritis or an early arthritic problem. They may be told that they were just prone to frequent groin pulls in the sport of their choice. And taking some time away from their sport, they may sometimes be able to return to the sport with just continued pain. And fortunately now, with our knowledge of the concept of labral tears and our ability to treat that problem, we can take people who are otherwise just waiting 20 years to undergo a hip replacement, or just feeling that they can't ever participate in that activity because they'll just keep getting groin pulls. We can take that person, we can make them better, we can fix their problem, we can bring them back to their sport, and allow them to continue to develop as an athlete or as a worker or whatever particular activity they're trying to do where that hip was affecting them.
Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been committed to the healthcare needs of patients in western Wisconsin for over 45 years. Their success and reputation as an outstanding orthopedic clinic can be attributed to the teamwork of their friendly, knowledgeable physicians and staff.
Here at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we have 12 partners, orthopedics, neurosurgery, non-operative spine, and foot and ankle. We really pride ourselves in listening closely to the patients and hearing what they're saying, spending a lot of time engaging in the conversation of what is really bothering that person.
After meeting with the patient, Dr. Carlson determined that his difficulties had all been related to painful hip impingement.
It was incredibly important for me to meet with a doctor that understood sports and athletics and kind of just how I wanted to continue that lifestyle instead of just kind of shutting it down. So meeting with someone like Dr. Carlson was incredibly important to me because he understood how I still wanted to be active after a surgery and still wanted to maintain my daily lifestyle.
While visiting with Dr. Carlson, we learned that he grew up skiing and continues to ski competitively across the country and also enjoys hunting, fishing, and hiking. He is passionate that his patients' goals are his goals. Whether it is getting them back to playing with their kids, working aggressively, or competing in sports, his patients are more active and enjoy their lives.
When I see those people so happy with themselves, so happy with their decision to have this fixed or to go through this process, as scary as it sometimes is, if you don't know what's on the other side, it's so satisfying for me.
Welcome back to Hobbs Ice Center. Eau Claire Memorial, an 8-5 winner over New Richmond tonight. Head coach of the Old Abe's, Mike Collins, turned into a shootout tonight. Sometimes, the good news, you guys came out on the winning end, but what do you guys have to do better on the defensive end?
Well, we just, the last two games, in Chippewa and tonight, I don't think we've been as good as we have been in our own end. Making reads, getting open, a number of issues that we'll try to clean up. But, it was ugly early, but we withstood it and ended up with more on the board than them.
What was the message to your guys, after the first period and then going into that third period?
I can't say on the radio. No, I'm just kidding. No, I see you just got to keep working. You just got to keep working and get through it. And we're better than that. And so, some games go the way you want, some don't. But we kept persevering.
Offensively, it was early in the season, you're getting a lot of goals from 2 and 3 and trying to get some of the forwards going. Seems like everybody's in a good space right now.
Yeah, it's moving around, and a lot of people are contributing, which we need. We need depth scoring also. So, yeah, the boys are moving around, and, there's a lot of peaks and valleys during the season, and we're going to be fine. Some games don't turn out the way you want, but tonight did.
Also not turning out the way you want the schedule because of the snow. You're not going to play a Friday game over in Wausau, but you're saying you're going to play Saturday.
Well, right now the Friday games have been scheduled or have been canceled, and as far as we know, Saturday's still on. It's more in that side of the state than, not that far away, but so hopefully. But I don't think it'll hurt us taking a rest after Thursday's game or Tuesday's and tonight. So a night off's not going to kill us.
Sounds good, Mike. We
All right.
appreciate it. We'll see you down the road.
Okay, thank you.
Mac Diggins, do you like playing in games like this that are kind of up and down? I mean, New Richmond's got some really skilled guys in their first line, but just tell me about your mindset, and do you enjoy playing in games like this?
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely fun. I think one of their biggest strengths is probably their physicality, so it's really fun. Gets the legs moving early when you get your bell rung. I got my bell rung pretty good there at the end, but a lot of scoring. Obviously, it's exciting, but I'm just glad we came away with the win.
This was a challenging week. You knew what was ahead. I mean, to play Chippewa at their place on Tuesday, come here against New Richmond, they can score, and then going to that tournament. But like Coach was saying, do you guys mind having a day off tomorrow?
No, I think it's definitely good. 4 games in a week is a lot. It takes a toll on the body, so I think a rest will definitely help us, especially if we play Saturday. Just having the extra day off should really help our bodies.
We're getting to that point. This was the start of the second round through the Big Rivers Conference. These next couple of weeks go really quickly. What do you guys want to focus on going forward?
Well, I think after tonight's game and Tuesday's game, obviously defense should be a highlight. I think we've been a little weaker in the defensive zone than we have been early in the year, so I think we should work on that. And then our offense has been pretty good. I think we got to attack the center of the ice more, but I think defense should really be our focus.
Wesley Mboga of the basketball team was our last Zaleski Sports Highlight House. Now it's your turn. You know how this works.
I'm Mac Diggins, and I'm in the house.
I appreciate it, Mac. Best of luck to you the rest of the way. So that's going to do it for our coverage from Hobbs Ice Arena. We will have basketball, at least that's on the schedule for tomorrow night. It'll be Chippewa Falls at Eau Claire Memorial, of course. Weather permitting, check your websites, check social media, all that stuff. I'm Bob Bradovich signing off for my color commentator, Mike Schwengler. We'll see you down the road on Zaleski Sports.